Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a good old-fashioned English bread pudding. Now this is different to a bread and butter pudding. This is what we call a bread pudding. This is the recipe I got from my mother. So what I've got 500 grams of assorted dried fruit. So I've got currants, sultanas, raisins in there and mixed them up, 500 grams. I've got here 120 grams of suet. I've also got 2 eggs. 500 ml of milk there, which we'll be using. Got about 140 grams of granulated sugar. I've got 3 teaspoonfuls of mixed spice. You can use between 2 and 3 teaspoons, depending how spicy you want it. And in this bag, I've got all leftover bits of bread I did when I did my salmon tarts and the caramelised cheese and onion tarts, which are frozen. So what we need to do first of all, we need to cut all these bits up, put them together in little bits and put them in a separate bowl. So just cut them up to little bits the best you can, like that. Doesn't matter if you use the crust. Some people actually cut the crust off, but waste not, want not, so I use the crust, a whole lot of the loaf. So I'm going to mix it. So what we do, that all goes into a separate container. Now. So basically what we do, put it all in there, and then once that's done, you just cover that all with the milk. You need to leave it to soak for about half an hour till it's all soaked in. So I'm going to get a crack on with that now, get all these little bits cut up, cover it with milk, and I'll come back when that's done in about 30 minutes time. But when it's been soaked for about 30 minutes, you need to try and get as much of the liquid out as you can. I tend just to squeeze it through a sieve. Not much is actually coming out. Just keep punching away, get as much of the milk out as you can, so you don't want excess milk. So it's not much in there because it does soak much of it up. So let's get rid of that milk. The bowl of white. Basically, once that's done, it just tips that into a very large mixing bowl. Then you put in your suet, all your fruit. Now this is the bit I really like about doing a bread pudding. This is one where you can really get your hands in there and get nice and mucky. Sugar, mixed spice, and then really get your hands in and really give it a good mixing. Now some people actually use demerara or soft brown sugar for this, but I think that would be more up-to-date recipe, because I think back when this was originally made by my mother, I think demerara brown sugar would have been a luxury, so it would have been normal granulated sugar. So I just get all that in there. Mix as much as you can so you can get all the mixed spices going through the whole bread pudding. And if you give it a good mix, you won't even know there's any crust in there. Now I tend to find that the bread pudding we're actually buying at local bakers where they make their own tends to be a bit too bland for me. It's not spicy enough for my liking. So I think you're better off making your own at home. Now you can put as much spice as you like. So that's enough of that for now. Now we need to put the egg in. Really get that in there. I have washed my hands. I always do before I start cooking and getting my hands dirty. So my hands are all nice and clean. In case any of you ever wonder. You squidge it between your fingers. You'll really get that mixed up nicely. There we go. That's coming along nicely now. So once that's all done and mixed up, I've got a dish already prepared. It's about an 8-9 inch dish. Now I actually put greaseproof paper in the bottom of the dish just to help it come out a bit easy when it's cooked. And basically all you do is spoon all that mixture into that dish. Now when the bread pudding is cooked, you can actually freeze the bread pudding and it comes out just as well. I prefer it cold actually. Bread pudding does freeze well, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to last that long. Everybody seems to get in there and it seems to be gone within a few days. So I'll give that a spread out. There we go, that's all done. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put that in an oven. Gas mark 4, 350 Fahrenheit, 180 degrees centigrade, for about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. I will check the oven after an hour and 15 minutes to see how it's getting on. So I'm going to put that in the oven and I'll bring it back out when it's done. There we go, that's out the oven now after an hour and a half. All cooked. I've sprinkled some granulated sugar on the top. You see I've already had a bite out of one bit. I'll have another taste. That actually is nice and spicy, just like my mum used to make it. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you try and make it. It's good old-fashioned dessert pudding. You can have that with custard, cold or hot. That's it for today, and I'll be back with the next one pretty soon. There we go. That's a good old-fashioned English bread pudding done. It's quite nice, hot or cold with custard. Makes it great cheap pudding, especially in the winter months. It does freeze well as well. So I hope you like this type of content. Please like and subscribe if you wish. I will be back for more recipes, like I've said before. Please look after yourselves, take care of yourselves, and be kind to each other. We'll see you on the next one.